was before you did the workshops in the classroom?
Not really, no. Kind of. Not really. But I had I had a book and I read about it and I didn't really know what it meant and I wanted to find out more.
So Philosophy for Children, or P4C for short, was given its title by Professor Matthew Lipman. And he came up with this project originally when he was teaching at Columbia University in the 60s, which is a time of social unrest in the US. And he was dismayed to find that the undergraduate students he encountered in seminar scenarios were reluctant to engage critically, to think reasonably, and be energetic in their questioning together.
Okay, so where are you standing, and why did you pick that?
Because it depends if it was like a nice monster or a mean monster, or if it was kind of cruel or, gentle.
Okay. So you're saying it depends?
Yeah.
Because the monster might be mean or it might be nice, you don't really know? Okay.
Well, I think there are a number of values of doing philosophy for children, a number of things that students gain. Certainly the empirical research shows that there are a number of cognitive gains associated with doing discussion-based practices like philosophy for children. I think recent curricular initiatives in the United States where looking at argument literacy, philosophy for children has been linked to increases in argument literacy, being able to comprehend, generate, understand arguments.
So there's 5 elements to a conventional P4C session. The first of these is the offering of a stimulus. And for our project we use children's storybooks. We use picture books. So for example, stories like This Is Not My Hat by John Classen or The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstone. And the group listens to these together as a jumping off point or a provocation to questioning so that they can identify broad and open philosophical questions that they want to inquire about together.
He was asleep when I did it. And he probably won't wake up for a long time. And even if he does wake up, he probably won't notice that it's gone. And even if he does notice that it's gone, he probably won't know it was me who took it. And even if he does guess it was me, he won't know where I'm going.
So after the group have listened to the stimulus, they break off into smaller groups, partners, or even individually to identify the philosophical questions that they would like to discuss or offer to the community as an opportunity for discussion. Philosophical question is something we tell the community should be common, contestable, enduring, and connected to our human experience. So once we have an agenda of questions, and these can be to do with all sorts of issues that the group have identified in the book, it's important that we move on to the process of voting. And a key part of the Philosophy for Children pedagogy is not only that the community writes the question themselves, but also that they select it together, because as a Deweyan pedagogy, it's committed to understanding democracy.
We would have a vote, and everyone would turn around and put their put their hand behind their back, and put their thumb up if they wanted that to be the question, or thumb down if they didn't. And whichever got the most votes, we would discuss.
But once we have a majority vote on a question, we move on to what's the most important element of the P4C session, which is the inquiry. So a community of philosophical inquiry is different than other conventional models of classroom discussion because it is focused on identifying a reasonable philosophical judgment to that big question that the group have decided to invest their time in together.
When you say it's their strongest emotion, it kind of all depends on what you classify as an emotion. Because a lot of people would say, such and such is an emotion, but others would disagree with what they're saying. hard to decipher what your strongest emotion is because everyone feels a lot of emotions all the time, and I can't really tell. Oh well, this day this was my strongest emotion. This day this is my strongest one. So if I put this all together, this one's definitely my strongest one. But you've never probably felt this emotion.
When we're answering the question, we're going to give our position on the question itself. We're going to provide a reason for that position, and then together we might appraise the reasons that we've offered and try to find the strongest answer to this big weighty question that's proposed. And this doesn't mean that it's a final judgment, because of course we know that P4C is a pragmatic pedagogy. It's a resting judgment, one that is for now. So once we've reached our philosophical judgment, once we've thought about thinking together, provided examples, perhaps made analogies or used metaphors to really describe our thinking to other people, we move on to the review. Now this is a very short section, but very important for improving communities' thinking.
Because I thought that your emotions were all equal, and then she said it depends on how you think about it. And then I started to think that rage was the strongest emotion. I kind of changed my opinion. Well, I changed the way I thought of rage because when Beth said that it's kind of if you're a negative person or a positive person, I kind of just made me think.
And that's pretty much the 5 stages that we go through. And as the community becomes more and more nuanced, they are better at identifying what it is that they need to do. They'll shift away from saying that one of the improvements they need to have are better commitment to the rules or more people contributing, to more specific things like better examples or different counterexamples, more precise definitions that will help their thinking to progress.
Anyone can do philosophy. Yeah. Philosophy can be something that anyone can answer. They don't have to be there for it.
And they don't have to see a certain movie, read a certain book.
Yeah.
Is philosophy a good thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Why do you think it's a good thing?
I think philosophy is a good thing because everyone can discuss and everyone has their different opinions.
Oh yeah.